Alright guys, today we're trying Samdoesarts Pause Art Challenge. Pause Art Challenges are basically something in which we make a whole new character based on the prompts we get for the different features. And recently I checked that Sam made his own Pause Art Challenge for everyone to try. And I decided to take part in it because, well, I don't really have an OC and it seemed like a really fun challenge to try when you don't want to stress about every single detail in your art. So without further ado, let's see what kind of character we're going to make. Oh, green skin, man, I don't like that at all. I have never really experimented with skin color because skin was already so hard for me to render. Now this is going to be interesting. Eyes. Oh, those eyes look kind of cute, and they also have some sort of a tattoo or a design. I don't know how I'm going to pull that off. Straight long hair, they look really nice. I like it. Clothing. Interesting. The green suit and white shirt. I think they will look really nice with the green skin. Red eyes. The colors I'm getting, they're working really well so far. I mean, I'm really liking it. Accessories? Interesting. Jewelry and elf ears. I wonder if my character will be a bit too much detailed because of all the accessories, but I'm excited to see how it turns out. I really like all the character details we got. I think they will go really well together. When I look at the different characters' features that we got, the first image I get in my mind is that I want to make a character who looks a bit intimidating. With the long hair and the green skin, I want to make the hair black. I think that will go really well with the character. I always find conveying expression to be one of the harder things for me, and trying to put these ideas onto the canvas and being able to actually achieve it is not so easy. And let me tell you, what I'm trying to draw is not my first attempt. I did a couple attempts in which I failed miserably, and that's why it took me a bit too long to get done with this challenge. But I promise you, the final result looks way better as compared to these failed attempts that you see right now. Alright, once I'm done with the sketch, I want to block in the shadows using a multiply layer and clipping it to the base layer. I want the light to be coming from the top side, and bear with me, I'm trying a sort of a different workflow this time, and I want to see how it works out for me by doing the shadows first and then I'll put in the colors. So now it's time for putting in the base colors: the green skin, white shirt, dark green suit and pants, black hair and red eyes. I wanted to go with a red background, do some of that complementary color scheme with the greens. Our character also has jewelry and I will put it up later. She looks really messy right now and it's kind of hard to make out if it's even okay, anatomy wise. Time to add some more proper looking lines here. If you've seen my previous video, I used linear burn blend mode to add the lines. But this time, I want to try doing the lines on multiply layer. It's kind of liberating to make the lines after you filled in the base colors, because so many times I do the lines before color and it just ends up looking so off. I want to keep the lines a little rough. I'm really liking how it's turning out so far. I know the character is looking kind of ugly, and you may be thinking, why the hell did I click on this video? But hold on, I have not really adjusted the colors yet. Next, I make the color adjustments. A darker shadow would look nice, so I adjust it to be darker. I also make the other colors better to look at. And then I work on the eye area a bit. Green skin is so challenging. I took Gamora's reference to help me paint and make the color choices. It looks so much better now. I've also put in some of my signature texture here. I don't know if you can see it clearly. Okay, now it's time to get my hands dirty, or in this case, my Apple Pencil. The color choices I make with these layer modes and the effect I want are always two very opposite things. But that can't stop me. I'll just put in whatever color I get and then just adjust later. I win, Procreate. Time to add more color. I use overlay layer for this. I still have no clue how it's gonna look like. I just know wanna make it have that quirky, cool, crazy look, which I have no idea how to pull off. You can see my layer organization on the side. If you wanna know how I render or would like a tutorial on it, let me know in the comments. And you may think it looks a bit too saturated. Even I think that, but sometimes you just gotta roll with it and see where it takes you. The results you get may surprise you at times. Always experiment. That's still something even I need to work on. Next, I work on the eyes a bit. They look a little too bland. I need to make them red, very red. Better now. I will work more on the eyes later. Next, I'm gonna add some variation. Adjust the curves to get some nice colors which I was too dumb to do on my own. Use this to give your art that last minute glow up. Alright, looks good enough. So here guys, here's my art. Just kidding, there's a lot to do. What even is my art without a bit of over rendering? Next, for the background, I want it to be in shades of red. This looks good enough for now. Now I just render by giving more definition to her hair and her outfit, add some color variations, just give that messy look because that's exactly what I like. Whoa, I really like these colors on her hair. You know, a lot of times I get stumped over how to proceed in rendering, and it has been one of the biggest challenges during my art journey. But you know what? The times when I least cared about how to proceed and just did what I felt was best, that is when I wasn't too formulaic, that is when I made my best art. So, my advice to anyone who feels stuck, I'll say just do it. Obviously, I mean, get your basics right, learn a bit about color theory, how to guide the focus, light and shadows, etc. I still struggle with these aspects though, but I'm trying to work on them. There's a neat trick I learned to add some nice color variation using these sliders. Color pick the color you want to have the variation on. In this case, the green on the suit. And then I shift these sliders a little bit to add more colors. Oh, it looks so nice to check your progress. I kind of waste a lot of time doing this. Well, I guess Samdoesarts just gave me my new OC. I'm adding some desaturated tones to give the form more depth. This is one of the things I really like adding, and it gives somewhat of a completed look. And then I just add some details wherever it looks empty. Now the eyes. Eyes are usually the parts that I render at last. Contrary to what I've seen most artists do, I think I need to work on that. And after a few failed eye attempts, I guess I'm bad at eyes now, I finally was able to proceed. Whenever I'm stuck while painting, I find it a good practice to flip the drawing to get a fresh perspective. And then I refine more. I want the background to complement the red colors of the character, and an overly saturated red background just wasn't doing it. So I just swiped a few desaturated reds. I add a few more final touches, some last minute effects and color corrections, and ready or not, here's the final work. Oh, I guess I forgot to add the jewelry. Here's a version with quickly and poorly added jewelry. I hope you forgive me for this grave mistake. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my process and my yapping. Well, see you next time. And yup, I made a new OC. I still have to think what I'll be naming her.